Hey, welcome back from another glorious week. We're just going to do the recap of the analysis we posted on Sunday, or I posted on Sunday. As you can see, we're already starting with the British pound versus the Japanese yen, and so I'd love to just talk about this trade a little, yeah. Um, it's going to be a quick one, yeah. We had five pairs selected out this week, and I believe out of the five, I only took one trade. I placed a stop for one trade as well. So, and then it wasn't triggered, and we're going to look into those. And then maybe for the other three, I'm seeing setups playing out for all. Now, for these, first of all, the setups are playing out on, they decide to position themselves during Thursday to today, Friday as well. But then the week is closing. Would love to see what it gives for Tuesday. So I'm going to move them over to next week as I also make a review and analysis for next week as well. So let's just get to look into this, yeah. So starting with this first pair, I'll just explain. We took the analysis while it was around this, and as it pushed to go into really the the analysis we had defined for it, because it was around along this the the daily level. And remember again, I mentioned my orange lines are daily, and then these other thicker lines are zones, but they're weekly zones, yeah. So it had pushed to the daily level where it was ranging, and my anticipation was if it pushed, hit resistance, and then continued to bounce upwards, then I would take the trade. So what happened was when it pushed and then came around here, as you can see, I marked that level and I marked where I'd placed my stop with a white line, yeah. When it came around there, my anticipation was if it came and pushed further, then it would trigger me in and I would be in this trade, but it did not, and thankfully you could see it came back down, because now my anticipation was I was not yet, I'll mention this, I was not yet around because I was doing my work, I'm swing trading, yeah. So I had not, what's the best word I can use, yeah, I had not, sorry, I'm trying to swallow. I had not seen a, a bullish engulfing candle for me to say this trade was perfect for me, because I was seeing the dodge and then the shooting star. I was like, no, let me wait. And you can see it came back into the ranging zone. Now it's continuing to, sorry, oh god, yeah. So it's continuing to range, but would love to see how that plays out. Then of course some people would look at this as all these are opportunities, yeah, opportunities to take these, but I'm not really a range bound trader, and matter of fact, it serves me more because at the end of the week I had a trade to take, yeah. So we shall move into the next trade. So this we did not take it, yeah. So this is the other setup I've mentioned, euro New Zealand dollar, where it looks like it's coming into play of what we had mentioned. It has broken out of the range. It is testing, but it has not given us a confirmation. Now this would be probably a trade I would start to look into next week, Monday, Tuesday, or even to see how it closes this week. If it closes this week really below, then it would be something to look into taking for the coming week. Of course, minding this line and zones, but I would really see it coming back to this weekly zone, and even if it broke further, then you hold the trade. Yeah. Next trade, as I said, this is going to be a very quick recap. We had five pairs and only one trade taken. So same thing here as well, New Zealand dollar, euro. Yes, as you can see, they correlate, and I mentioned something about that last week of how I try to work out these trades and look at what I'm taking. Now, I'll mention one thing is I would more likely take the buy than the sell. Why? Because that's where I find my confidence in. Yeah, that's where I find my confidence. And then even for some other brokers, you may not find both of these pairs in the same listings. You get, like, some brokers may not list them together, yeah. So the exotics and then the mains, no. So yes, you look at that, and then same thing, waiting to see a bullish and engulfing candle, and then we see if you can take this setup to here and then to the upward level as well. So next pair, same thing with the Australian dollar, the Japanese yen, it's continuing to range. For again others, this would be great opportunities. Why? Because we are in two weekly zones, and it has been there for a while. It has been there since the start of the month. Look at that. So these would be I'm looking at it in form of, okay, would this be a trade I would take? No. Again, I don't take ranges, but this would be someone's capitalization. Probably pass a challenge using this. Look at that. So this is a trade that I took, the New Zealand dollar against the British pound. Yes, I understand most people are used to the British pound against the New Zealand dollar. This is different for me. And if you remember from last week's recap video, I mentioned that because we are starting the week from here, I mentioned I was going to short this market, and that's what happened. Yeah, when I shorted it, this is what happened. And again, it comes back to the narrative I said of I take 80% of my profits at 80 at 1 to 1, and then I'll lock in the stops at the 20% at a break even. Most people's break even is really break even. Mine, I leave some room for commission spreads, and if I'm using a swap free account, then that's better for me. Yeah. So what happened is we went in, and then I took, because of this level. Yeah, this level I anticipated if it really broke through with heavier momentum, then I would just maybe put my stop up to even around here, and then it continues to range and continue. But it gave a pullback. Actually, this happened the very next day. I think I can try to see. So as you can see, that pullback was the next day, and what happened was it came back, took out the 20%, but you can see even if I had not pulled to break even, would really still be back into profit from roughly around where we took the profit from. Yeah. Now I cannot still mention how far this market is going to go, because as you can see, it gave a pullback back into the zone, the weekly zone and the daily zones as well. Yes, next. Yeah, so I believe that is it for the week. Just to look back and into what we took. So we basically took one trade, and that was on the New Zealand dollar, British pound. We came out with a 1 to 1 R, and yeah, you call that a profitable week. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a quick one. I'll be posting the analysis for next week. If you'd love to subscribe, keep in, follow. Yes, as you can see, follow the channel, and so just to mention again, this is the recap for the week, last week's analysis. As you can see, we only took one trade. The risk reward ratios we took, it was 1R. The instrument we traded was New Zealand dollar versus the pound. And the trades we've moved to next week with analysis playing out is it's the euro New Zealand dollar or the New Zealand dollar euro. It's really the same trade. That's why it's two instruments, one trade. Seeing which one would play out better give me more confidence to hold, and which one really respects its setups better, which one moves faster to the desired location or to the desired zones. So that has been it for this week. Have a very good weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Zara Miracle, signing out.